Hello world, welcome to Cybercrete, and today we are going to solve this exchange digit problem, and we are going to basically first see the approach how to solve it, and then we are going to code in Python. But once your concept is clear, you can pretty much code in any programming language of your choice. So let's just start this video. First, let's see what this question says. Compute nearest large number by interchanging digit updated. Given two numbers a and b, find the smallest number greater than b by interchanging the digit of a, and if not possible print -1. At first this question might sound something out of your head, but let's just see something more with example. So at first you can't basically understand the question, but you have to first give most of your time understanding the question, because once you understand the question, writing the code is going to be very easy. So here, compute nearest largest number by interchanging digit updated means we have to do some interchanging, and we have given two number. First try to see the sample test cases. Let me show you that. Okay, here's the website that we have the questions, and as soon as you click on give the test will basically start, and you just click on begin test. And now let's see question in more detail. Compute nearest large number by interchanging digit updated. Given two number a and b. You can see this, but the thing that we are interested in this input and output. So we are given two number a is 459 and b is 500. So we have to interchange each digit of a. So here you can see compute nearest large number by interchanging digits updated, and we have to interchange the digit of a such that we have to find the smallest number that is greater than this 500, the given number. So what we have to do is arrange this 459 in such a way that the number that we generate is just the greater number above the 500. So here you can see 459 and the output is 549. If we have generated any number like 954, which is the greatest number that is possible using this, that won't be the number that we are looking for, because we have to not find the greatest number, we have to just find the number that just surpass this second limit, that is 500. So how are we going to do this? The first thing that you should think of, how are we going to generate all the possible numbers? And if you have thought right, then you might have thought of permutation. Yes, we are going to apply permutation here. So first of all, when we will do the permutation of 459, it will just generate all the possible numbers possible with this 459, like 459, 549, 954. But we have to generate this number in such a way that it is just in ascending order. Like the first two numbers would be 459, then it should be 549, and like that. And we are going to do this in a sorted manner in ascending order, because as soon as we find the number that is greater than this 500, we can just break out of our logic or break out of our loop. Okay, the first thing that we need to do is to sort this digit in an ascending order. Means this 459 is already sorted, but let's see the next example, that is 6455757. We have to first make it something like the smallest digit first 4, then 5, then 5, then 6, then 7, and only then we will be able to find the smallest number that is greater than this second number, that is 457765. So here is our algorithm. So first we are going to sort every digit of our number a, and then we are going to find all the possible permutation of this given number, and then we are going to match every single number that we got to this number. And as the digits are in ascending order, as soon as we encounter any number that is greater than this b, we'll just simply break out of our loop and we will just print that number. But in the case that we don't find any number, we will just print -1. So let's just think of all the cases that will get us -1. If the length of the digit in A, like A is 100 and B is just say 1000, it is not possible to get any number greater because A is just in hundreds and B is just in thousands. And so here what we can do, we can just simply find the length of both of them, A and B. Like A is 100, then it means length is 3, and B is 1000, then it means length is 4. So in this case we are never ever going to find any number that is going to be greater than B, because even the greater number will be 999, which is not greater than 1000. So this was the first case when we can get -1, and the second case is that when there is no number left to be found out. So let's just start coding. For finding permutation, we are just going to simply use inbuilt Python library, that is permutation. For calling that library in our program, we just simply need to write from itertools, itertools, import permutation. And once we have imported this, now the second thing is we need to take input. So if we are going to take input in Python, we are just going to write AB is equal to, we are going to map this into a string, because when we map them into a string, we can do our sorting part as well as we can also do our finding the length part. And then for comparison, we can again just typecast this to integer, and it will make the things a lot more easier. So we are going to map into a string, and what we are going to map, our input, and as it is there are two input, we have to split it. Let's just do this. Okay, now we have A and B. Now first thing that we can do is to just write an if statement. If len of A is less than len of B, then just simply print -1. Okay, now let's just write our else part. And if it is not like this, the first thing that we decided to do is to sort them. So how we are going to sort them? It is like, if you don't know some of the things that how we are going to sort or how we are not, you can just simply Google it. Like you can just say sorting string in Python, because our number are in string format. We can just simply do that. Well, I basically know it is the function is called sorted for sorting it. And what does this function return? This function basically return list. Like if you just pass 123 as a string, it is going to return 1, 2, 3. So for that, we are going to join it back again to string. So for doing that, we are just going to write A and just join. And what we are going to join, it is sorted and A. What does this line basically say is to, we just simply pass our A. This means like if in this uppercase it is 459, and as soon as the 459 went here, it convert them, this sorted A will convert them into 459, and then again we are joining it to 459, and then it is saved to A. After sorting, it is saved to A. Now let's just perform our second action. That is, we can just simply take some variable as -1, and now let's just try doing permutation. And to find permutation, what we have to do is, you can just write perm and is equal to permutations, permutations of A. And well, basically every programming language have inbuilt feature of permutation, like Java, C++. So you can just simply use their inbuilt library, and in like 99% of the cases those online compiler will automatically provide you with this, because these are some of the basic stuff that we need in every program. And what does this permutation of a does? It will if you just pass 1 to 3, it is going to return a tuple of first it will return 1 to 3, and then again the number will be 213 and 321 and things like that. So it is, and in that also it will be just splitted into 1 comma 2 comma 3, 3 comma 2 comma 1 and things like that. So again we are going to join them. First we are going to iterate through all of them for I in PERM, and then everything will be splitted together. Like for 123 it will be 1 comma 2 comma 3, so we have to join that. We can just use a dot join whatever we get in I, because I will be tuple. Well, I will be creating videos on permutation combination using Python, so make sure you subscribe to our channel. We'll be learning some of the basic stuff that we need for this type of programming, competitive coding too. So now a have joined to some of the integer. Now what we need to do is to now typecast it to back it to integer. You can just write a is greater than int of b, and then a answer will be answer will be equal to a. And as soon as we hit this condition, there is no reason to continue this, so we'll just simply break it out and now print ans. And if nothing happens, means we did not found any number, then we are just simply going to return -1, because we already declared answer as -1. And if this condition is not satisfied, it is just going to print answer as -1. So let us just run this and let's see if our code is correct, and hopefully it is correct. And as soon as you click submit code, 100% of test cases are passed. So this was the video. If you just want to help our channel, you can click the like button, click the subscribe button, and we will be posting more video related to this. So thanks for watching.